So, I will continue telling you the story, but first show you a little bit this. So, when I was around my 20s, 20 to 23 years old, it's almost 30 years ago, I saw, like in a period of 1 or 2 years, I saw around 5 UFOs. And I will tell you a little bit, and I will need to draw you the shape of the UFO. So I will use this sand here and the stick that I think is beautiful to talk about here. So the first one was outside my house in Cartago. It's a place that this town I used to live when I was a kid in Costa Rica, and I lived there my whole life until I was like 25 years old. And I was outside my house saying goodbye to my boyfriend at that time, and then suddenly we felt the urge to look at the sky. It was at night, it was like 9 or 10 at night, and then we saw something like this. It had like this shape, like half of a circle. It was black, very, very black, and it had a lot of small lights, like dots of lights around like this, and it made a very strange sound, like everything got silenced. That was the feeling. And something that caused our attention is that we both at certain moment felt the urge to look up at the same time, and then we afterwards talk about that, and we talk about the feeling that we had, and that why we both had to look up at the same time. And we said that the feeling was like we knew it was there, and we were not afraid. It was like knowing that it was there. It was flying in this direction, so it was in this direction flying. So yeah, it was moving this way. So this was the first one, and the second one. So I was with my parents. We were coming back from a wedding, and then that I will not make a drawing because I can explain it. Then suddenly we saw a light, like a little bit orangey light in the sky, and we were in the way to Cartago, the city that we live. We were in the way back, and then we said, is that a plane? Because it looks very very big and very slow, like it's not moving, it's just standing still in the sky. So we started to see it. Then my father stopped the car, and we started to look at it. It was becoming bigger, like a yellow, then orange, very big light. Then stand still on top of us, and then suddenly started to move. We were always wondering, is that a plane? This very strange plane. Planes are not, they don't have an orange light, and it was becoming big and small, and then it flew away, and it flew away very fast. So we were like, no, that was not a plane. Okay, that was one. Then the other one, yes, that one, I was almost in the same place. I was in the way back from a party with my brother, his my sister-in-law at that time, and my boyfriend, the same. I saw the first one. We were in the car, and we were coming back from a party in the way to Cartago, and we saw in the same place that I saw this with my parents. We were actually talking about that because it was very recently, And then suddenly we look at the right hand side of the car, and then we saw this one, and it had a shape like this, and it went like this. So it was like a circle with a, I don't know if you see it, yeah. So this, it was a circle with a something in, like a stick, and it was flying in, what was the direction? It was flying, yeah, it was flying in this direction, which was very strange because we saw, if it's an helicopter, right? Because an helicopter may have this, then helicopters fly in this direction, but this was flying in this direction with this stick going in this direction, and it was making absolutely no sound. It was completely dark. It was black, no lights coming out of it, and we thought it was very strange. We stopped the car, we looked at, and then we actually started to describe what we saw. We come home and we start making drawings of what we saw, and all of us, the four of us, saw exactly the same. So that was another one. And then the other one I saw, I was in Cartago in the house of where my grandparents used to live, and I was in the patio lying down in the grass together with my grandfather. At that time my grandfather was like, could have been 80, 88 or 90 years old, and I was talking with him. He was a very humble person, very nice, and we were looking at the sky. And then when we were looking at the sky, there was a plane, right? Plane going in this way. It was flying in this direction. And then suddenly, and then yeah, we were talking about that plane. My grandfather was saying how incredible these machines are that can fly, and so we were looking at that plane passing on top of us, and it was in the middle of the day. It must be like 11 a.m. in the morning. And then suddenly, suddenly we saw a circle going in the opposite direction of the plane. It was a circle like this. It was transparent, and it had like three circles inside. So it was like a transparent bubble, in like round, with three circles that were color with, I thought it was like red, blue, I don't know if it was yellow, but it was like different colors, each of these circles inside. So transparent bubble with three circles in different colors inside, and it passed exactly in the opposite direction in the way to the plane, but it went much higher up. And then my grandfather started to say, what is that? What is that? And he didn't understand anything about what UFOs are. He has never heard that in his life. And then I was, of course, very shocked, and I started to tell my grandfather, it's a UFO in Spanish, of course. And then he was, but what is an UFO? And I started to try to explain to him, and he, of course, he couldn't understand, but he was very shocked to see this in this shape. And then he came inside and started to tell my mother what we saw, and he started to make drawings of what he saw, and it was exactly that, exactly what I see. So the funny thing is that all this I have seen with a witness, so it was, I mean, I always knew it was not my imagination because I have seen it with others. So I think this was the most interesting one because it was transparent with these three circles inside. And then the fifth one, I have to admit that this fifth one, I am not sure if it was a UFO or it was just a light. So I was together with this same boyfriend that I saw the first one, and we were in a beach, and we were just talking, having a romantic moment in a bench at night. It was like 10 at night, and then suddenly there was a mountain that was in front of us. So this that is close to the sea, and the sea was here, right? And then there was this mountain here. And then suddenly from this mountain we saw a blue light that came up, and it went like this and went up, up, up. I mean, what it was called us the attention is that it was a very blue. It was blue, big light, and very sharp blue. It was beautiful, but we don't know if it was. It didn't make any sound, but we were thinking, is that fireworks? But it's strange that it's only one blue light, and we have never seen blue fireworks and with just one light. Or maybe somebody is shooting something for fun from this mountain, because in this mountain there are some houses here, you know, these like very luxurious houses that have a fantastic view to the sea. So we don't know if it was that, but since we have been seeing so many UFOs, but we were like not surprised if it was a UFO. But I'm not sure about this one, so I just have to admit that. But the other ones was definitely something different and strange. So yes, those are my 5 stories of UFOs. All happened between I was 20 to 23 years old, more or less, and I think they were very interesting and never happen again. Oh, look at this more crop. These are this crop that has a house inside. There's a lot of them around here. Hello, little one. Little turkey. So, I was showing